Man, we gotta. So what do we? We're gonna deep dive, look into the underbarrel, the underbelly, so to speak, of the. I really want to do that race, that NASCAR iceberg thing. I want to make that video so bad. Yeah, I need to deep dive things that would.
Maybe our listeners, as they're listening right now, they will appreciate those types of videos in the off season.
That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking about it because I do sincerely think that would be a fun video.
Yeah. Matt and I were talking about you, him, and Tommy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Doing some F1 history episodes or whatever.
Like F1 story time with Matthew.
Matt would be a great host for that show.
So
it'd be quite good.
It would just be like an hour of me telling you guys stories about bad F1 teams from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
because you guys both started watching in like 2014, right?
Yeah, I started 2012. Good year start.
So
but
the era of F1 that I love, you guys probably don't know much about then. So perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just blow your guys' minds with stories about Andrea Moda. All right, I think I found my Circle B pick for this week. I'm going to post it. Actually, no, maybe I'll keep it. Should I keep it?
Yeah, you got to keep it a secret.
Okay, it's pretty good.
It's secretive.
It's either that or the Bobby Labonte 8x10 picture.
So. Ooh. I'm going to steal that. That's going to be my pick.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no. Are we having a good week? Bad week? I guess it's only Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only Monday, man. Chill.
I'm all right. I'm very tired.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're out there
ripping
some pipes.
Shredding the gnar.
Dude, I ran a melon car race. I ran an NR 2003 race for the first time in a while.
I saw your Twitter post.
Did you clown on him?
Do you wanna read off what you wrote on Twitter, or should I go find it?
I'll read off what I wrote on Twitter. I didn't clown on him. I was quite quick. We ran the Indianapolis F1 layout. Was not familiar with that layout at all. Didn't know it the morning of the race, and so I ran a few practice laps, and I got down to within like 0.6 of like the fastest time. So fun facts about this race. The guy who won made the setup, and the setup was awful. Pretty much everyone complained about the setup except for him, the guy who made it and won with it. The track was awful. Hate the track. And leading into this next point of the tweet, it's good to know that when I venture out of my corner of the NR 2003 community, the melodramatics and egos still exist for a 20-year-old game. Which is true. They really do. It's quite interesting.
And of course, you can catch all kinds of great NR 2003 action right here on JTN.
Luckily, it seems like the JTN conglomerate of leagues does not seem to partake in that kind of nonsense too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Whereas, I feel like egos are stroked. Egos are stroked in those like younger leagues, kind of.
Oh yeah, the USORL. Oh my god, it's awful.
USRL's fun.
That's a younger league,
actually, it is a younger league, but not as young as Melon. I think the
globalism and stuff like that. I almost just swore there. Because I obviously own a sim racing league, but I'm
don't
very
really
proud
own anything.
True. I'm a figurehead. Let's be honest. Zach does everything.
You don't own anything. You just own an idea. And really, can we own ideas? According to the U.S. government, you can.
Yeah. According to a lot of governments, you can. But we're very proud of the community we've built because the USRL is more of a group of bros who hang out, and then also we play race cars on the weekends sometimes.
Yeah, I will say, and even my old league, Fast, really for the most part, a really good group of people. Probably the better corner of the community is Fast USRL. Kind of type leagues, and I will say there's plenty of fine people in Meloncar. There are even people that I didn't expect to be cool that were quite cool, So everyone's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I was just like, yep, these people still exist. This is what I remember from venturing out to when I ran FTF NR 2003 races and all that other stuff. It's like, yep, Those people who think they can still ego this game are egoing it.
Nothing will ever hit the ego trip that it was Open Speedway back in the day, though. Open Speedway was bad at times.
Yeah.
God.
I really only ran those Open Speedway open lobbies. I ran those in 2008. I
did them for a couple years and I had fun. I wonder if those are still a thing.
I doubt it. I so doubt it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I remember, Joe. Do you remember when when we were the first people to test out that the SRS thing, the sim racing system thing? It was open in our 2003 lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Like iRacing had a license system and everything, and they just ran in our servers. Do you remember that? I really wish that would have caught on. That was pretty cool.
I kind of remember it. I don't.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't like Race LM, where it was all these leagues.
No. It was legit open lobbies. Yeah. Because there was there was Assetto Corsa, there was that.
Yeah. Oh, it rings a bell. Was that something that Dave did, or?
I think Dave helped with it. Dave helped with it. But yeah.
Yeah, when I used to, there's a couple leagues that I ran before the USRL back in 2013 that you had to join through that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Really interesting. But yeah, I started dead last almost in that race and worked up to 5th-ish, top 5 realm from 20th on that road course, which is impossible to pass on. Got a speeding penalty. and came out of the pits 11th, finished 8th.
Well, to help Davey pay for his misfortune in Melon Car, head on over to the JTN merch store now and get yourself some exclusive shoe car merch.
Get shoe car merch. I really love that shoe car has taken on its own identity.
So,
That's all I strive for.
I have some ideas for Christmas holiday presents this year. Matt, if you didn't already know, they got stickers last year because that was all I could do. But we're thinking about doing some stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Having some fun stuff.
I didn't know that's what it's from.
Not anything that you probably wouldn't be able to make yourself, but
yeah, I definitely could make those myself and make a lot of them all at once. But
it was the thought that counted, and the little letter they got. I hope you at least still have that. It's down. It's probably.
I don't know where it is, but I know I didn't throw it away. I know I have. I just don't know where it is.
No, but
cubby.
I like the shoe car. I hope the shoe car returns.
Shoe car will likely return. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna overlay a little thing the black screen, and the shoe car will return.
But a question mark fades in.
I don't think Matt likes Marvel, so he doesn't get it. But
that's fine.
I don't dislike Marvel. I just don't care.
Fair enough.
Well, look at you. Aren't you cool?
I mean, I know the meme of something will return. My favorite one was it was right around the same time Bohemian Rhapsody came out, and it just said Freddie Mercury will appear in whatever the next one was.
All right, you guys start the show. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay. Which also reminded me of one of my
Fake Racers podcast.
Reminded me of one of my favorite NASCAR memes I made, which was after Spencer Gallagher got suspended or got his win encumbered or whatever, failing a drug test, and it was
no, he just got suspended.
Yeah, it was Spencer Gallagher dies in Xfinity War. So
that's dumb.
Well,
I love it.
Wasn't he the one that got in a fight with John West Townley?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Got in a fight. Yeah. They kind of just aggressively hugged each other.
They hugged each other. I swear to this day, I still feel like. And I know John West Townley was apparently pretty concussed during that accident, but it really seemed like they just did not know that they were still fighting. They're like, "Can someone stop us now, please?"
It was one of those funny things because Townley came back out and wrecked Gallagher. That's what it was, right? Or was it the other way around?
But it was
one of them wrecked one, and then the other one came back out on the track. I think it was Townley wrecked Gallagher, and then Townley went after him afterwards. And it's like, dude, you already got your revenge. You're both out of the race. Job done.
That's actually how it went. I think that's how it went.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, we should start the show, I think.
John West Townley.
This is the Fake Racers podcast with your hosts.
Davey Hazard.
Matthew Steelman.
And me.
We're all wearing blue shirts.
Dude,
Joe and I are both wearing gray.
Oh, my God. Hold on.
You need a gray hat.
Mine has Stitch on it.
Yeah. It's so blue. I'm blue.
Dave, you need a gray hat as well.
No, I don't have. Wait, I don't. I do have one.
So we can all match.
I'm not getting it.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Rest in peace, audio listeners.
My hair looks too good. Rest in peace, audio listeners. You get to see my great hair.
Yeah. Or my lack thereof.
Well, 2 out of 3.
There's a lot in the back.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Ooh, here's a spicy one for the audio listeners.
Ooh.
A Baruski. Just kidding.
Yo, is that a Dr. P?
It's a Dr. P.
All right.
And this is the Fake Racers podcast, believe it or not. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you didn't throw any trash on professional sports fields. And
specifically bottles of mustard.
Did you see that?
I saw the meme. I know that's not a meme I would normally see, but I saw the meme.
So friend of the show, Ryan Pace. I was at home for the weekend, and after that game, I decided to hop on Discord on my phone, and I was like, did anyone see that? And of course they did. And Colby, another friend of the show, and Ryan were like, yeah, what was that face?
So I'm trying to turn down the brightness on my other monitor, and it only goes way brighter.
Okay.
So never mind.
But they said that Ryan was laughing hysterically. It was 20 minutes was the delay, and they said he was laughing the whole time, and it was the funniest thing I have ever seen. There's now an emoji over in that other server too, so that's cool. Bye,
That's
guy.
my roommate.
Bye, Matt's roommate.
Adam Petrol, fan of the show. Not really.
Not really a fan, actually, at all.
But yeah. Hopefully you somehow found a way to enjoy Texas. I know I probably only watched like the last 50 laps. Kept up with it on my phone.
That's basically all that was worth it from that race.
Well,
yeah,
so
I was following the race, but I was at the skate park, so yeah.
Whoa, radical, dude. So
I made the same joke.
But let's scat par.
Xfinity Series on Saturday. Daniel Hemric looks like he's going to win. Of course, he doesn't.
LLL.
Late race caution with like 30 laps to go. I think brought the field back together. John Hunter was able to drive back up through, won the race. Impressive for Nemechek, of course. Is it Gibbs domination, or is it just the fact that there's a Cup crew in Xfinity?
Yes.
I was going to say, considering the 54 is the only Gibbs car that's done anything worth a damn this year, then more than likely.
Daniel Hemric's finished second a lot of times, and third a few.
So, Daniel Hemric is the best Gibbs guy. Like,
John Hemric just won.
No, but like, Daniel Hemric. Yeah.
It's better than Kyle Busch.
Did you really think that I'm pretty sure we all assumed Daniel Hemric would be above Brandon Jones.
Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one.
Because I think were they teammates for one of those years Hemric was at RCR? Can't recall.
I think so. Yeah, because
I don't remember.
I'll check right now.
Can't recall, but
keep talking anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Daniel Hemric.
But I don't think a lot of people pegged him to be ahead of Harrison Burton, especially with Burton getting Jason Ratcliffe on top of the box, which I think is kind of going unnoticed.
Harrison's been like low-key kind of disappointing this year. He's done nothing.
I thought he was going to do a lot better.
I'm sure he's probably not getting into as many team meetings now, too, with moving up over to Ford and Wood Brothers next year in the Cup Series, which is still not a puzzling move by any means, but a oddly timed move maybe would be the best way to talk about it. But yeah.
Also, Brandon Jones and Daniel Hemric were teammates for one season at RCR.
Yeah, and Daniel Hemric made the Final Four, and Brandon Jones probably didn't make the playoffs. So
let's see. He did not. He finished 16th in points.
Because Daniel Hemric has never run a full-time Xfinity season and not made the Final Four.
Yep.
Now that was only 2 years, but maybe I saw someone post maybe he finished second at Phoenix, but the 54 wins, so that way so he wins the championship.
Dude, can Daniel Hemric have a race where he's leading late, where caution doesn't come out in like the last 20 laps? Like just one time. That's all I ask for. Just once.
Can you have a race where the 54 doesn't wreck him?
Oh God, that still makes me mad. It's genuinely like there's always somebody a little bit who has a car that's just a little bit better than him at the end of the race, and every time he does have the best car, luck is just like, nah, he doesn't get it. No thanks.
It's insane how often it happens. I've said it before on this podcast. I'm gonna say it again right now. I believe you make your own luck in racing. Daniel Hemric is the closest exception to that I know of. It is insane the amount of times he gets screwed by something.
It reminds me a lot of being a Larson fan for like the first 5 years of his career, and how it's like every time Larson dominates a race, there's always that late caution, and you're just like, all right, how are we doing it this week? Okay, I'm ready to be hurt.
Spoken from somebody that didn't have to see Kyle Larson win 3 straight races. They
changed this year, but yeah.
No, that real. I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Very real.
Oh, sad.
Although I will say about Hemric, his last 4 finishes are 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. So trends do say that he will win next week.
You heard it here first, folks. Put the wager the house on Daniel Hemric to win at Kansas.
No.
Kyle Larson. As Bristol yawns in the background. I guess you can't really see that too well. That was perfect, actually, with my notes.
I was waiting for it.
He dominates.
Bristol's part of the show.
There he goes.
Friend of the show, Bristol Twansky.
Yep. He's my son.
That's his son?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, yeah, yawn. Like, the race wasn't awful.
Yeah, it was good for Texas.
It was good for Texas, which isn't saying much. Most Texas races are pretty bad. This one was like bad. It wasn't god awful. And the late race chaos was like it was dumb, but it wasn't like SHIT show dumb. Like it was like just silly. It was just a lot of mistakes and stuff.
Yeah,
which I think is important.
There was an early wreck too that took out a couple guys that were probably going to end up being fast. 42 Chastain was quick here in the All-Star race earlier this year. Wouldn't have been surprised to see the 42 up inside the top 10 throughout the race. And an attaboy has to go to Daniel Suarez in the 99 for a top 10 finish. But Eric Jones was also running up inside the top 10 until caution came out during pit cycle. Matt Benedetto had another good finish. Tyler Reddick obviously was up there at the end and then made a mistake and finished 9th. Which at this point I don't think Tyler Reddick is going to get attaboys for top 10s next year. Because maybe that's more expected with the way he's run, but for all those other guys, I feel like pretty good runs for them.
You're definitely still seeing with Reddick, his aggression still kind of getting the best of him at times. It's like he's got tons of talent, but doesn't always make those great moves, and he's cost himself a lot of really good finishes this season. Still run great. But
yeah. I thought he did good this week with the way those late...
Yeah.
Like, he didn't try to make them 3 wide going down into 1, which would have caused one of those SI shows that Davey was talking about. But, yeah, the stupid move with Byron down the back straightaway, clipping his left rear.
Yeah, even that move, I can't really put... Like obviously it's his fault that the side draft went wrong, but then William Byron just drives into this door into turn 3. It's like you're helping no one by doing that, Willie.
I think he was just mad because
absolutely nothing.
I think he's just mad because he got Reddick was the one who shoved him off at the chicane last week, and then Reddick's hitting him again, and he's like, "That's it, I'm not giving this guy any room."
Yeah, and then just turns left on a guy to his inside in the middle of a corner.
Yeah.
That's real smart.
It just made no sense to me. And regardless, like, it felt like Tyler Reddick did a little bit of a better job, like, knowing when to apply pressure this week. I feel like his pressure in the past has kind of been, like, suddenly he'll just start going for it, and it's like, whoa. Chill out. Like, you didn't have to go for it. Like, you lost a lot of ground doing that when you could have just waited. I feel like that's kind of, like, what he ended up how he like you said, like the aggression got the better of him. Again, he didn't apply that pressure in the correct moment and situation, and it sent him off the racetrack, all that fun stuff. But we also had some spiciness. We had some spiciness.
Yeah.
Some Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin. Hello. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I didn't know who was gonna transition it. Denny Hamlin running his mouth on the radio again gave me Trevor Bayne Brickyard vibes. So,
I mean, Chase Briscoe also like was being a butthole.
Yeah.
Get off his quarter panel, dude.
Denny runs him up into the wall and then is like, "Well, that's what he gets." It's like, yeah.
Like, why are you even concerned? It didn't even affect you.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Then he wrecked himself.
I would imagine he didn't want to run him into the wall. He was just.
Yeah.
What does that face? He probably didn't want to run him into the wall, but as soon as he's there.
But Kevin Harvick last week wanted to run Chase Elliott over.
I don't remember saying that, but like my point being, like, if once Chase Briscoe is like on your quarter panel, like what more can you do? You kind of lose your good drive off.
I don't know. You can always lift. It's not the right move, but you can always lift.
I mean, it's not like Denny Hamlin like squished him into the wall. Like there was a little bit of like grace period before like he bounced off the wall. There was like at least a lane.
Yeah, that's probably a situation where Briscoe needs to lift out of it, right? They said it on the broadcast, like, hey, you have a top 10 run going, don't throw it away for a measuring contest with a guy that's running for a championship.
Yeah.
It's like that one screenshot, like they had a little spat in Instagram comments where Denny Hamlin was talking about, once again, risk management. You gotta know when to apply that pressure, and sometimes it's just not the right time. Young drivers have a really big issue doing that, especially when they move up a series and the intensity is
I
think above.
I think especially with the Cup Series, just because like when you go from trucks to Xfinity, the race length isn't as big of a jump, right? But I think a Cup race, that extra 100 miles in a Cup race might as well be 200-300 miles for some of those Xfinity guys. So
that's another good point.
The race flow is a lot different. The Cup guys kind of know when to push, because there are times throughout the race where you do want to push, coming to pit stops, or obviously with the way now we have stages, right? You have those cautions, when they're going to come out, you got to push 10 laps to go in a stage. You got to start pushing, but
yeah,
it's a good point.
That was fun.
I want to give a special shout out to Kevin Harvick for flat out trying to wreck Tyler Reddick in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And then after the race, still talking smack about Chase Elliott, and like, I don't know why he's talking about it. It's like Chase didn't even say anything.
He probably got asked about it.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10, reporters asked about it.
Kevin Harvick over the last month has reminded me of that drill tweet where he's like, "I'm not owned. I'm not owned. I continue to assist as I slowly shrink and transform into a corn cob."
I will say, the thing he said about Chase was quite funny, though.
Yeah.
The actual quote where he said you might want to go and see what the 5 team's doing so you can get that speed.
That was pretty funny.
It's quite funny. I don't care. That was quite funny.
Chase,
they both look like idiots, but
Chase really hasn't even been the second best Hendrick car.
No. Byron's been second best probably on speed.
Yeah, most recently.
It's
mile and a half. Chase has been the worst Hendrick car on mile and a half all year. Sorry.
It's literally been like Larson, Byron, Chase 1, 2, 3, and then Bowman in like 9th, and Payne. So
Payne,
dude, Alex Bowman has low-key had a terrible season. I know he's won 3 races, but like outside of those 3 races, they have had garbage luck.
Again,
or they're just constantly stuck in the back of the pack.
They improved, right, from last year, obviously, with wins, and I feel like they were in more races this year than they were last year. It's just the finishes aren't there to the same degree. But
yeah, it's been like there's been so many races where he's run like 7th or 8th all day, and then all the dumb stuff happens at the ends, and he's always right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I think
sounds a lot like, I know it's a different team. It sounds a lot like last year's 48 car in Team 2.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Greg Ives though continues to do a great job on the 48 team, and putting Alex in good situations. Obviously, you can look back at Pocono and Richmond and Dover, putting him in positions. I mean, Pocono, he didn't have the preferred lane on the restart, took the lead, made Larson use up his stuff. Larson lost the tire, but yeah, I guess that's a good point. I think people next year, if Bowman doesn't go out and win a couple races, are going to be disappointed. I don't think they should be.
Yeah, it's just one of those frustrating things because like, I know Hendrick's kind of dominated. It's mostly been Larson. I mean, Byron's finally starting to his potential. Chase Elliott's been normal Chase Elliott stuff. But like that top 15 cars are all so even on speed. And there's so many good cars every week that it's hard to expect all 4 cars from a team to run really well every week. It just seems like Bowman's been kind of the short end of the stick the whole season.
Yeah, and I think they've they're just a weird case because you can't really pinpoint like with Chase, you can pinpoint the fact that they've struggled a little bit more than their teammates on the 550 stuff.
Yeah.
You can't really do that with Bowman because he's just kind of, he won Dover, he won Richmond, and he won Pocono. So I guess you could say he struggled with the 550 stuff, but
three of the most different tracks I could pick off the schedule.
Exactly.
All where he came out of nowhere to win. Also, I might add.
Oh, and that curse streak continues because Pocono lost a race. So
Yep.
Watch out, Dover and Richmond.
I don't think we ever said. I don't remember if we said that, but
I think I mentioned the Bowman curse when we talked about it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he did.
A couple playoff guys had troubles too. Early or Motor Blue for the first time in like 7 years or something. Someone said for Joey Logano. Big L there. That sucks.
Big L.
L.
Logano has been awful on 550, so his only shot is going to be Martinsville, most likely. And
which he has a good one. He has a good shot.
He wasn't even the best Penske car there in the spring, so.
I mean, still has an average finish of like 3.4 in the last 3 races, or 4.3 or something like that.
Don't care. I mean,
you should.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, you should.
I don't
understand what that means. Like, what do you mean you don't care? He's like been a good car at Martinsville where you need to win a race.
Well, I think he's got the right demeanor there, right, for Martinsville. I think he's obviously we all saw what he did with Truex to win that race a few years ago and then win the championship. So he's not going to be afraid to lay the bumper to somebody to win the race or get a late position. I'm trying to look back. We had. Davey's the only one that doesn't have Logano eliminated, so just so everyone knows.
Because he's gonna win Martinsville.
Yeah,
that team is gonna find a way. They're just so stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This year has been a bad year for Logano. So he had his issues.
Bad year, and he's still in the final 8.
he like Davey said, they just don't go away.
He's like if Scott Dixon was just a complete tool on track at all times.
I mean,
he just won't go away.
Pretty much. Pretty much why two of those 3 Penske cars are in this round is because they had good races at Las Vegas and then they had a good race at Talladega because they're Penske
they just
cars.
Didn't screw up like everybody else did.
If Scott Dixon was a villain, that's Joey Logano.
Yeah, it really is.
Can't get rid of the guy. Can't shake him.
Yeah.
Truex obviously had late race contact with Suarez. I don't know any takes on that deal. I just thought it's kind of racing deal. 2 guys with same real estate.
Yeah,
it was hard to tell if they even touched.
Open a little bit.
Like if I had I'd put it on Truex, but like
I think Truex even said as much. He's like,
I'm not gonna blame Truex, but if it was on anyone, to be Truex. It just
Suarez,
is what it is.
Suarez could have cut him a break, but it's at the end of the race, and it's like you've got a gap, you're gonna take it.
Poor Daniel Suarez.
Risk management.
Poor Daniel Suarez.
Yeah.
They talked about his they threw up his in-car audio after that, and he's like already defending himself. It's like, how many times did he have to do that in Toyota meetings? Yeah, and all these, but anyways.
Yeah, Truex hammered the wall. That's the first time I've ever seen the safer barrier like lift when the car hit it.
Hard hit.
Yeah, safety. But Keselowski, he's still 15 out despite a very strong day and finishing 4th.
I don't care.
I know. And I believe Chase Elliott is also on the outside looking in. So I think Kyle's in still.
Yeah. Hamlin's huge buffer evaporated because he got caught up in 2 wrecks.
And then Blaney had another. Blaney's going to be in the final 4 as long as nothing happens the next couple of weeks. So that was Texas. Any last thoughts? Thank God we don't have to go here for 2 points races a year.
Do you guys think
for a Texas race, but that's not saying much.
Do you guys think if Blaney and Chase both make the final 4, that their bromance is so strong that like one of them's going to win the championship and then they're just going to start making out post race? Or I knew that would break Joe.
Anyways, moving on. Real quick about Ryan Blaney. There's been a lot of talk with Brad leaving, obviously. That's kind of... I've looked at Brad has been the leader at Penske. Joey Logano, I don't think really wants to be the leader at Penske for the whole team, because I think Joey Logano wants to be about his team You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blaney has taken a supposedly has taken a large leadership role in terms of, he went out and made the choice to have Hassler as his crew chief for next year, who is the interim or crew chief for the 21 of Matt Benedetto right now.
Oh, that's right. Isn't Todd Gordon retiring?
Yep, Todd Gordon's retiring.
That's right.
Go Tigers, Clemson alum Todd Gordon. But yeah. So I think Blaney's finally kind of gotten over that hump of one win a year randomly, and now is kind of moving into his glory years, or not really his prime.
Finally learned how to finish races.
Yep.
I'm so happy.
Which sucks because he's losing Todd Gordon.
Well,
I think that was a big part because you saw Joey Logano get better too at exactly that with Todd Gordon. So underrated crew chief right there.
You see that with a lot of the younger guys. Like, you can get that one win, but it takes a while to learn how to become I mean, Kyle Larson's finally now doing it. Chase Elliott didn't learn how to do it until last year. William Byron's now going through that where he can't, he's got that one win and they keep dominating races, but they can't close them out.
I wouldn't agree with Chase just because once he finally got that win, it seemed like it was floodgates. But that was just because he was finishing second so much and was losing races late. It wasn't,
I do think he was in that period of couldn't win a race for a decent amount longer than
but then
Blaney
then he kind of skipped that phase of one win a year to just going multiple wins a year.
Yeah, but you've seen that with Blaney and Larson, and Byron's going through it now, and hopefully Bowman's not stuck in that right now.
Bowman's got 3, so he's out of it already.
Yeah, true. Unless he backs up into one win next season, and then we're like, oh god, we're back. It's phase 1 again.
Fire Alex Bowman. People are so stupid. But yeah, it's I like what they're doing with Blaney. Very happy. Feel like that team's in good hands. But a team that is not in good hands, not like in terms of who owns it, but just in the fact of their outlook for next year. I gotta make sure I clarify. Supposedly it was supported by Denny Hamlin. The Front Row 2311 charter deal has fallen through. There was a lot of rumblings about Front Row maybe switching to Toyota. They didn't. I don't think they had a car at the next gen test last week, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
There were a lot of rumors about them selling a charter to 2311, becoming a Toyota team. Maybe they still become a Toyota team. Maybe Bob Jenkins, right? That's his name, owner there.
Yeah.
Maybe they found some more sponsorship outside of Love's and the 4 race primaries that they get on the 38 car. I don't know, but it sucks for 2311 because running a car without a charter is team suicide.
Do you want to hear what Denny? Did you see Adam Stern's tweet?
I saw that and I'm like, wow, a media member actually tweeted this out.
Matt, did you see it?
I don't know if I saw it.
Here, I'll link it.
He's got
I can't.
You can read it, but you gotta bleep it. But
yeah,
Denny,
I can't say it. So
you can't say it with a straight face, or
I can't say it. I don't want to buy a diecast. Is what?
Oh, here.
No, you don't have to say the word. You just say effing.
I can self-censor if you want me to read it. So, Denny Hamlin on possibly having to run 2311's second car without a charter next year. Quote, "It certainly is not going to be financially good for us, but this whole bleeping sport is financially not good for us. What's the difference?" So, something really funny. I've been watching Brock Beard's series Rise of the Field Fillers. Have you guys watched that?
Jesus,
so there's that quote by Mike Helton in one of them about how when they were wanting the NASCAR to step in about something with all the field fillers. And Mike Helton basically stood in support of them and was like, if we were to limit who can show up to races, we'd basically be betraying 50 years of NASCAR history. And then it's funny to look at it now and it's like, man, that's literally exactly what they're doing. Conveniently after Mike Helton's no longer running the sport.
Well, and we've had this discussion about how the franchise model doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like it does in other sports, right? You have a lot more than just players on a team in NASCAR and racing.
Yeah.
Not to mention there's no promise of a financial return in racing, unlike a sport like the NFL,
where everyone gets
revenue sharing. We're going to make billions of dollars anyway.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions will make the same amount of money off of the TV as the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I only say that because they both have Thanksgiving games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that was anything shocking to anybody, right? I mean,
I just don't know who's going to drive the second front row car unless Alfredo's coming back. I don't know why you would.
Or front row just wants to lease the charter, and 2311 doesn't want to lease a charter; they want to buy one straight up.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I could see happening. Spire supposedly is in line to purchase the 00 Starcom charter. Starcom tested a car with Kaz Grala at the road course test at Charlotte last week. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's a team that ends up doing part-time. Maybe a colleague buys that data, because it was kind of weird with Kaz Grala being in the car. Quinn Helf will still not have as many wins as Davey Hazard in professional racing. But
I am better than Quinn Huff, at least.
I mean, it's not saying much, but yeah.
At least better than Quinn Huff.
Yeah.
I can say with certainty.
So there's that. The 2311 could lease the charter from Spire. I don't recall. I'm pretty sure there's still a past champions provisional, which, you know, you have Kurt Busch in the car, so you'd have that. So that's good, in case, you know, shenanigans at Daytona. But yeah,
shenanigans.
You know, as they happen, you know, cars pitting from fourth lane right in front of you, and you're Daniel Suarez, and you don't know what's going on. But anyways, I don't know if there's really any stories there, but just wanted to report it because it's fun.
It is.
The quote was fun. Also, supposedly the 51, they have to hopefully gain like 15, 20 points on the 15. So that way they're not bottom 3 charter for 3 consecutive years.
Interesting.
The fact that they even had to put that rule in place, showed that they knew it was going to be exploited from the start.
So that's that goes hand in hand, I think, with the whole 100% rule, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't actually get enforced. See Chase Elliott at Bristol.
John Hunter Nemechek at Las Vegas.
That too. There's some other ones in there too. But I wouldn't. They're not going to do anything with it, because then that's opening up for a lawsuit, and
especially with that, like, there's the rumors that they're going to sell 2 of them, so they could just sell that charter before NASCAR revokes it,
right?
So,
wait, oh my god, that's so 5D chess. Are you kidding me?
Which I think, if they end up selling
Michael Schumacher pitting on the last lap where he got that pass through or whatever it was.
Yeah, he had a drive-through penalty, and he did it on the last lap, and that FIA was like,
we don't have a rule for this. We don't have a rule for this, so
technically you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that 51 charter is also the one that's kind of co-owned with Richard Petty Motorsports. That is the 44 charter, so that would suck, because I'm sure Richard Petty Motorsports, that's part of what they have, and they would be lose. That's what I feel bad for, right? Because I think that team actually wants to compete, or has wanted to compete for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
See how they got better last year when Bubba got funding. But yeah, that's fun. See how they've been better this year too, on top of that.
I'm just interested to see if they actually are competitive next year like they've been claiming. I don't think they will be.
It depends on who their drivers are, right? I think a guy like Cody Ware isn't ready.
No.
Don't know if he ever will be. You know, I know people rag on the guy, and we can too if we really want, but
2 of us already do.
I'm nice to the boy.
But
okay, maybe just one of us. I don't know.
I try to be nice to the boy.
But I think if that team wants to be competitive, they have to have the right driver, right?
Yeah.
A guy like Joey Hand, was that his name?
Yeah.
Seems like he might be a guy that's going to be in an SHR Xfinity car next year. for some stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, and then maybe running some road courses over there. Because what this deal is really is setting up Rick Ware to be the SHR feeder team, right?
Yeah.
Riley Herbst to the 52 car next year. But yeah,
at least he brings money.
Bad.
It's just weird. It's weird. That whole deal's weird.
Yeah.
Global medical response. Oh, good.
No, I was just gonna say, who cares about Rick Ware Racing? But
okay, thanks for that input. Global Medical Response, aka the parent company of, I think it's American Medical Response, and NASCAR renew their safety deal. Just wanted to get that out there for our AMR safety team stands.
AMR. Totally don't have that in my Twitter bio.
That's why it's there, buddy. Yeah, that good. We like that. We like having the same people at the racetrack every week checking on the drivers, because then they actually have a baseline of what the drivers should be like healthy and what they would be like not healthy coming out of the car.
Yep.
Well, that was exhilarating conversation.
I just wanted to
thank you, Joe, for that exhilarating topic. Thank you for the input.
Fine, I'll just let you guys do the rest of the show.
You just pooped all over me because I made a joke about Rick Ware Racing.
Right? So,
like, get over yourself. Get off your high horse. Can't make jokes at me and then get mad when I do it to you.
Whose name is on the network?
Fake Roasters Podcast.
Joe Mama.
Actually, it's my name, so I make the rules.
I don't know what JTN is.
Well, it's a sim racing broadcasting conglomerate.
Okay, well, you're welcome for the free content I give you. You didn't have to say thank you. I did it for you.
Mom and Dad, stop fighting.
Asshole.
So, that's Diecast. Speaking of, CircleBdiecast.com is your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. Head on over down to CircleBdiecast.com and use code JTN to check out for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. This, of course, is our Circle B Picks segment. I asked these guys really quickly to come up with a pick. My pick this week is Kyle Larson's Texas Race Win Diecast.
How creative.
Because I was making fun of him for making sure he blew out the quarter panels. So...
Oh, that's never happened before.
Never. Hendrick guy blowing out the quarter panels. Toyota's blowing out the quarter panels. Never. When has that ever happened?
The guy do it all the time. Back when he won races.
Who?
Ayo.
Who did?
Logano.
Oh well.
Logano.
Yeah, but Logano's a cheater. We all knew that.
Whoa, he's a cheater.
He's got to wear glasses to race.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Geek.
What do you guys got?
I guess I'll go next. I've got the Austin Dillon sponsored to be determined 3.5-inch 3D printed figurine available for $32. So that does get you over the $20 threshold if you use code JTN to get free shipping. Get a little Austin Dillon action in your life. So
It would go. It'd probably go really good next to a 2022 Austin Dillon Dow Chemicals diecast whenever those go on sale.
Correct.
I bet it would.
Unless Dow Chemicals isn't coming back, which...
Yeah, have they even sponsored him this year?
So what they did is they took a lot of their other companies because they've had a lot of bad press and kind of put it on the car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Because, look up Dow Chemicals and tell me what the news says on Google. And you tell me why they did that.
Yeah.
Based in Michigan.
But that's my pick.
They're based in Michigan, Midland, Michigan, baby. Dow Chemicals. Yep. Anyways, Davey, what you got?
Don't got one, Joe.
I mean, I threw in a loaner one in there if you want to use that as your pick.
Don't got one, Joe.
All right. Anyways, folks, make sure you head on over to CircleBdiecast.com. Use code JTN to check out for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Again, CircleBdiecast.com. Code JTN to check out, free shipping, 20 or more.
The effort is off the charts this week.
Well, we gave them an hour and a half last week, so I figured we only have to give them like 45 minutes to an hour this week.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality.
And we don't even have that.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're not
today.
done? What you got?
Done.
You about to add something to the notes?
No. Are you?
Guess what? You thought this ad read was over? It's still going.
Head on over to the JTN merch store now. Get your Fake Racers podcast merch. Hoodies, t-shirts available, as well as stickers with the Fake Racers podcast logo, because you know it, you love it. You can also get some Davey Hazard merch. You can get some Matthew Steelan merch. You can get some Joseph Weaver merch. You can get some other guys' merch. There's other drivers up there. We're going to have a JTN drivers store.
Merchandise.
We got all the merchandise.
Oh my god.
I need to get all the
Joe did a good job with it. Good job, Joe.
Yeah,
I need to get all the USRL stickers so I can fully stick USRL sticker blast to my service.
Do it.
So.
Sticker me.
How many USRL stickers are there?
There's Davey's, there's Mikey's. I think Sean has one, right?
Sean's is like the JTN car one.
You can go on there too.
It's
there's like 5 or 6. I could like almost sticker blast this with like 5 or 6 stickers. So
that's fun.
Maybe get the one of Bristol, throw that on there too. So
yeah,
get the Fake Racers podcast one. Yeah. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to make all of those available in stickers. This is what I need to do. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
Missing out.
Missing out.
Convenience stores of Speedway.
Anyway, Kansas is this week for the ARCA race.
ARCA title races this week. Ty Gibbs leads the points over Corey Heim by 17 points.
Good win. There's going to be 16 cars that show up, so what do you know?
We're not picking the race. I just wanted to make sure we mentioned ARCA.
How much do we want to bet Corey Heim or Ty Gibbs wrecks one another?
That would be so based if Corey Heim wrecked Ty Gibbs. That'd be awesome.
I have a feeling that
but neither would win the championship. Well, I guess Ty Gibbs would win the championship.
Neither. They both.
Well, if Heim wrecks Gibbs,
no championship.
I can totally imagine if one's leading, the other one's running second, and it comes down to that, one of them will wreck the other one.
No championship. No one's winning it.
Thad Moffitt is your ARCA champion.
No just declare someone.
Throwback to that one Thad Moffitt fan who kicked Jesse and Megan out of their seats, by the way, when we were at Charlotte back in May.
Freaking Thad
It was a dude in a Thad Moffitt shirt at the Xfinity race, and we had like our entire row. And keep in mind, there's like 16 of us, and we're all a bunch of idiots. And this dude walks up to Jesse and Megan, who are sitting directly in the middle of the section, and he's like, "You're in my seats." And they're like, "Okay." So they just moved to the other side. And so this random Thad Moffitt fan just sat in the middle of our entire group
between.
the entire race.
Could not have had a good time.
Yeah,
like we were stupid.
We were like leaning past them too, like talking to each other, like, "Hey, did you see that?" Around him.
Imagine doing that. Imagine, like. Dude, I can't even.
It's not like the grandstands were a quarter filled because it was an Xfinity race.
And weren't you guys like down? Were you guys were like down too?
We were
right?
second row, yeah.
Yeah, he like really wanted to get into that crappy seat.
Yeah, he wanted to be right in our group, I guess.
I'm sure like he could have went up a couple rows and found somewhere where he had more elbow room. Like,
he probably could have went up like to a better seat, like on the other level. Like
which I get, like, oh, it's my seat, I want to pay for it, but I was like, dude, there's better options.
Yeah,
like this sucks. This sucks. Don't sit here with us. This is awful.
Yeah. We're gonna be idiots the whole time, and you're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna loudly cheer for the AMR safety team every time they come around.
And we don't give a crap about Thad Moffitt. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's Richard Petty's grandson.
I'm Richard Petty's left thumbnail.
There you go. Good job.
Good save.
The Xfinity Series Race 2 Round of 8 in Kansas. It's Kansas, usually actually a decent race for the Xfinity Series, so I believe it's on NBC too, so that's cool. Don't know why it's on NBC, but it is.
Because why not?
Oh, I think Notre Dame plays at 7:30, that's why.
Darn.
But picks.
Who's picking?
Give me Daniel Hemric. He's guaranteed to win this week.
Right.
It's happening.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Baby.
Telling you, analytics don't lie.
Got one, Joe. I'm just kidding. I do have one. I'm just kidding. That was really funny. I had to do it again.
No, it wasn't funny. Why? How was that funny?
Because I laughed at it. That's why.
Yeah.
Xfinity, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Just because it's gonna piss me off, Austin Cindric.
I knew it.
Just because it's gonna piss me off when it happens.
I'm gonna go with AJ Allmendinger.
Oh, you're a bastard.
God.
So, we move on. The Cup Series race. Parker Kligerman makes his triumphant return to the Cup Series for Gaunt Brothers Racing after 2 years.
I wonder who
away.
Davey's gonna pick.
Davey, who's your pick this week? Ryan Preece?
I'd like to pick Parker Kligerman.
Okay. Who's your actual pick?
Parker Kligerman.
No, that's your dark horse. Who's your other pick?
Parker Kligerman is my straight up outright pick. My dark horse is like William Byron or some crap. I don't know.
When Parker Kligerman wins this race this week.
Do you know how much of a genius I'll freaking when William Byron finishes second to Parker Kligerman? Do you know how much of a genius I'm gonna look like?
I wonder if I'm gonna see if the odds are out yet for this week's race, and we'll see what Parker Kligerman's odds are.
I'll stick $1 on Parker Kligerman. Where do you do that? Where do you do that? Gamble responsibly. Don't do it actually at all, but do it responsibly.
Davey's just Googling how to gamble.
I can't at all.
I don't think Florida has sports gambling because of the casinos.
Adam again, by the way.
I want to be in Michigan.
You know, there's a light in the room.
Just kidding,
right?
I don't.
Well, I don't know if you guys want it on or not.
I don't care.
I mean, close my door.
You can close your door.
Yeah, Matt, you can close your door.
He makes a good argument.
Do you want to be on the podcast?
Yeah. Do you want to be on the podcast, Adam?
You already were.
Yeah.
Dude.
This is my
Dude, you have sick hair. I can't see it.
Who are you picking for the Cup race on Sunday?
Options?
There's like 40 drivers.
Okay, just go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go in numerical order. It's Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson. I can't list all
Ryan Newman.
Is there a 7-car in Cup this year?
Corey LaJoy.
Oh, Corey LaJoy.
Tyler Reddick.
Chase.
All of them should win, but probably aren't going to.
William Byron, probably. He leads a lot of laps, but doesn't win.
Go him.
Okay, Adam picks William Byron.
You forgot Quinn Huff at the beginning as well, let me just say.
Oh, I should have told him Quinn Huff's going to win.
Parker Kligerman is plus 20,000. A $10 bet wins you $2,000.
I'm gonna do it. Just kidding, God. I can't, but I want
to. Other drivers that are in that same bracket include Ryan Newman, Ryan Preece, Corey LaJoy, David Starr,
Ryan Newman,
Cody Ware.
As a person who does not like Ryan Newman, that is music to my ears.
Kyle Larson is the betting favorite at plus 250.
No. Who would ever guess that?
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
I mean, you can look up these things. Like,
hold on.
You just wouldn't. I don't think you'd be able to bet. For folks out there that do, remember to gamble responsibly. Right
hold
now,
on.
Some good guys that I would look at would be like Tyler Reddick at plus 2,700. Just pretty good value for him. Kurt Busch at plus 5,000 is another guy. But Ryan Blaney at plus 1,200 would probably be a pretty solid one. And then you put a couple dollars on Larson because he'll probably end up winning anyways, or Hamlin, and you still win.
So sports betting is going to be legalized in Florida. It actually is technically already legal, right, but there's not a model for it yet until probably December.
I'm gonna
want to make my money on a easy Parker Kligerman win.
So when it's plus, so like plus 100 means you double your money. Plus 200, like I bet $1, I get $2. I win $2 and I get my dollar back, right? You always get your money back plus what you win. So yeah, it's like that 20 to 1, 10 to 1.
Gamble responsibly, children. You little cretins. Gamble responsibly. Darn it.
Dude, every time I listen to like a football podcast and they talk about the spreads, and I'm like, I'm just pretending that I know what this means.
Minus means you're the favored team, and that's how many points you have to score more than the other team.
Why is it not plus? Because then it would be like you're that many.
Because plus means that you can you can lose by that many points, and then you'd cover the spread.
I get it now.
It's weird.
I do get it now.
Anyway, who's your pick for Kansas, Joe?
No, you're next.
I already picked.
No,
wait, no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, your roommate picked, idiot. Yeah, your freaking roommate came in and picked.
Yeah, give me Chase Elliott. They're going to be pushing everything for these last 2 races for Chase.
I mean, they already were at Texas. The car was cheated up and got DQ'd in pre-race inspection.
Weird how those cars that get cheated up and start at the rear always come through the pack.
Another car that was cheated up and had to go through inspection a couple extra times was Chase Briscoe's car, and he was on track to finish in the top 10. That's weird.
Yeah, it's almost like every car is cheated up in some way.
It's almost like the ones that fail inspection multiple times end up still finishing in the top 10, even though they have to go to the rear.
And they do talk about this on Door Bumper Clear. I don't know if you're trying to end the show, but we got a little bit. I feel like we got a little bit of time. But like they talk about this on Door Bumper Clear. If you haven't listened to that, you know, a lot of the times, and this is a common thing in all motorsports, they'll give the inspectors, they'll give like tech something easy to spot, and they'll go through with that. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll fix that. Sorry. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll fix that. Sorry. And then like the actual like technical cheat, quote unquote, advantage is a little less obvious than the obvious one. So they think, we got him.
Yeah, they do that. They talk about that on the Dale Jr. download a lot too.
Yeah, if you're a bigger team and your car's failing inspection, it's because you want it to, or you're pushing some limit, not because maybe like when you're a smaller team and you get caught cheating, and it might be a little more of an accident.
Chase Elliott's team gets caught all the time, and it's like, what? Jeff Gordon's old team is getting caught trying to cheat all the time? Not like Ray Evernham used to do that all the time in the 90s.
Yeah. And he would do the same trick, too. He would give the inspectors something obvious to see, and then he would work on that.
I think I've told this story on here before, but there was one that, it was a story that Ray Evernham told, where it was at like Daytona in like 97, where they blatantly made the rear bumper the wrong shape. So NASCAR was sitting there telling him to shave it down, and he's like, they're not looking at the trick suspension right now.
I remember that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good, if you're into podcasts, Ray Evernham has an episode, Dinner with Racers, and it's really good. Anything with Ray Evernham's really good.
Yeah.
Couple picks. I know I can't make multiple, but a couple guys that you should look at. Kyle Busch too, right? Obviously won this race in the spring. Ryan Blaney's another guy that you should look at. Kyle Larson, well, you know, he's the odds-on favorite for a reason. We all know that reason. But my pick would be Denny Hamlin. He won at Kansas last year in the Thursday night race. He's also been he's really good at Kansas. So, I don't know. Feel like they probably want to win. They've won in every round so far, so I don't see them winning at Martinsville unless something bad happens at Kansas. So, Denny Hamlin.
All right.
Nice.
But
picks.
Those are the picks.
Are we gonna so next season? Are we gonna do something like actual with the picks, or are we just gonna keep saying names?
No, we'll try to keep track of them a little better.
I'm down. I'm down.
You can only pick a guy like once in the regular season, stuff like that.
That will get hard. Holy
You'd run
moly.
out of drivers pretty quick. We'd be picking like Cody Ware by the time the regular season ended.
That's the point. There's 3 super speedways in there. There's like 5 road courses, 6 road courses in there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Fair.
But this was this week's episode of the Fake Racers Podcast. Can't thank you guys enough for listening. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button on the video, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Johto Network, on Facebook at Johto Network, on TikTok at Johto Network. We got a bunch of great races coming up this week. All-Star Racing Wednesday night from the Talladega Super Speedway. Join us there at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Bomb Squad Racing takes on the Kansas Speedway Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Crazy how those times line up. Davey, where can the fans find more from you?
They can find more from me on YouTube at Dale Jr. 88 Rocks. They can find more of me on Twitter at msteelman51. And you can also check out my podcast, Oof Sides, where we talk about football and where we generally have a pretty nutty time. Go Cowboys, am I right?
You're making me do work now. I gotta find all your stuff.
Do you not know Davey's social media stuff?
Dude, I don't remember anybody's.
Just want you to know, rattled that off the top of my head. Literally.
And if you want to find more from Matthew Steelman, head on over to at Davey Hazard on Twitter.
Yeah, at Davey Hazard on Twitter. At D7H5er on Twitch.
With an ER.
With an ER. Is there anything that I'm forgetting? What's the other one? Is it Instagram? Okay, at D7H5 on Instagram.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't know that is because I don't use Instagram.
That's fine. He did it, though. He did it. I did it.
So
look at us. We're wacky and crazy on this. You see, you need to show us to your friends because we're so wacky zany. And crazy. We're so zany.
You know that picture of the girl with like the frozen peas on her head in the grocery store, and the guy's like, "Oh my god, she's so crazy."
She's such a crackhead.
Yeah,
we're such crackheads on this show.
We're so wild.
So crazy
oh my god.
And wacky. Joe, how wacky are we on a scale of wacky to what scale of 1 to wacky?
We're so random. Oh my god.
Wacky.
Rar.
XD.
But folks, can't thank you enough for watching this week's episode. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate you. We love you. Kiss, kiss. Thank you. Hope you have a fantastic week here. Make sure you share the podcast with your friends. We'd really appreciate that. We only got a couple more episodes left before the off season. I am going to take a break because I need a break from a lot of things, and this is one of them. Thank you. I needed that.
Just gotta deal with us every week. God knows how exhausting that is.
I do think we're probably going to do like a couple of like very measured like if we do an episode, there's going to be a little bit of planning and there's going to be like gaps between them. We do not need to do episodes every week of the off season.
It's crazy how folks, when I say you guys can do this stuff, they all of a sudden want to plan it. But then when I say, oh, okay, let's record this week's episode. Wait, is there a show sheet? Oh, do we have the topics? I love it. Why do I always have to be the leader in a group?
Dude, you're gonna lose your mind when you come on Oof Sides and then you realize there's not a show sheet like 90% of the time.
Also, Joe, it's because you're so good at it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You do a good job.
Thank you.
There's a reason why the
does
episode...
a good goddamn job.
I'm on the process of doing it because there's a reason why the episode that Tommy hosted was so scatterbrained, because I wrote the show sheet. So it's kind of all over the place.
I think I only got like 30 minutes through that, and then I was just like, oh man.
Did you at least get to the circle? Did you at least get to the circle be ad?
I did.
No, oh my god, that's the best part.
I need Tommy to resend that to me because I need to use it for cautions during our broadcast because I really need it. Choo choo train means it's time for us to go.
This podcast is also brought to you by Union Pacific and or Amtrak.
Thank you folks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week right here on the Fake Racers podcast.
Bye now.